Okay, good afternoon. We'll go ahead and get started. Injury-wise, Tainaseki will not practice today, nor will Corey Leggett. With that, everyone else will practice, and we'll open up to your questions. He's got a lower body injury right now.
Steelers lead the league in sacks. What is it about that part of their defense that makes them so effective?
Yeah, they've got a good roster of talent. Let's start there, right? I mean, high draft picks across the defensive line, good secondary play, good linebacker play. That's a part of also Mike being there a long time. You know, they've been able, he and Kevin, to build it the right way and add the type of players that they like, that they want, and it's shown. You know, when you look at what Dupree and Hayward, and then you look at TJ, and along with now Devin in the middle, what they've added around those pieces, and then the secondary play as well.
The fact they've been able to play at the level they have, given what they've had to endure at quarterback, Sean, what are your impressions of that?
I think it comes down to Mike, you know, and his leadership. Again, when you have an established culture because you've been there for a number of years, that helps you navigate those the adversity that comes every year in different forms. In this case, it's been with their quarterback position.
Coach, have you seen their, and I'm not looking for specifics here, but maybe to what degree has their offense had to maybe morph and change to kind of endure some of the player losses in and out of the lineup?
Yeah, I think Chris is just overall, you know, look, overall they've got weapons. You know, it's as good a perimeter skill as I've seen on tape this year. Speed. When you look at what Washington has done the last several weeks, no surprise. We scouted him in the draft process, and we're very impressed with him. And really all across, they've got depth and speed at the wide receiver position. You add that in terms of what they've been able to do in the running game with their offensive line. So it adds a good combination for them.
What do you make of the uniqueness of having three Edmunds in the same stadium and on the field at the same time, and the job really Felicia, their mom, has done in grooming these guys? You smile because you know.
Well, I don't really know all of that. But I smile because it's no surprise. I mean, just on our end, you spend time with Tremaine and you understand. And then, you know, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree when you see the other siblings and the success that they've had. You meet their dad, their grandmother, their extended family. And like I've said before about Tremaine, the support that he has from his family and the roots that he has set himself and his brothers up for success.
And she talks about, she gives them coaching techniques and pointers on what to look out for every week. I mean, have you met Felicia, and what do you make of her?
Yeah, I have, yeah. She's a strong woman, you know. And again, they come from a good family. So I'm going to let you handle that with their dad and all, who handles coaching tips and all that type of stuff. I don't want to get myself involved in that one, but you can handle that, John.
Sean, as a defensive guy and you were a coordinator, you know where you're going with this. How does it help you when you know the other quarterback hasn't been able to make plays down the field in the passing game?
Yeah, it's, you know, look, every player, people try and find areas that they can expose. That's what we get paid to do as coaches, and so you look at different tendencies and you try and latch on to anything you can to create an advantage for your team.
So you and Mike have a little bit of a history.
Yeah.
You know, can you kind of reflect on that?
Yeah, I mean, you know, really, I was always the younger guy. You know, being around Mike, I came on campus, and you know, he was one of the captains on the team. I think in the second year, if not the first year, and leader on the field, leader off the field. He's a guy I learned a lot from just by watching, and then to see him have the success that he's had in his coaching career. You know, I've just been able to watch and follow and then ask for advice every now and again, and he's been very willing to share. So, you know, really, I consider it a real strong relationship and got a lot of respect for him and what he's done in Pittsburgh.
You alluded to the culture they built in Pittsburgh and sustained success over a period of consistency, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Is that what you're trying to build here, something similar?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you look at the way that the Pittsburgh, just the organization has, has done things. and how they've built it, right, from the continuity and consistency that they've had in their level, in their high level positions, and the way they've been able to build it at the player level. I think the tradition speaks for itself. It really does. And Mike, working with Kevin, I think that's been again, outside looking in, has been a good relationship. And yeah, there's been tough times. There always is. And the organizations I've been around have all been successful. And we've gone through some of those same times. But you weather the storm when you have good leadership and you've got consistency.
Sean,
Excuse me.
I know you're concentrating on the game, of course, but maybe in reference to Mike, have you had a chance to allow yourself on a personal level to figure what this game's going to mean, coaching against a friend like that?
Yeah, I mean, the first thing that comes to mind is respect, and I think Mike would probably feel the same way without putting words in his mouth. It's just more, he's got a job to do, I've got a job to do, and when you're around this league long enough, like you guys are in your profession, you develop relationships, but you also know each of us we have a job to do. So I think we both understand that.
What do you think your college coach is thinking? Have you heard from him at all?
I know he's going to be at the game. There's going to be a number of, obviously, people at the game. But, this is, look, at the end of the day, it's the relationships are great, and that's really what I can take out of it. Other than that, we're going in there to play a game, and Mike's doing the same, I'm sure.
Josh always seems to bounce back from a rough game. Do you see anything visible in him, or is it something that it's just internalized in him?
Hey, he's a competitor. He's a resilient competitor, and I'd say the same about our football team. We've got guys in that room that are resilient, so obviously we have to continue to make adjustments week to week, whether we win or we lose, and that's what we can continue to do is continue to grow and get stronger as a football team, and make adjustments as we move forward.
Josh has been sacked 10 times over the last 2 weeks. Where's the breakdown been there?
Yeah, like I said the other day, Josh, I don't think it's always just one person. Majority of the time it's not, in fact. So it's really just execution, everybody being in sync, communication pre-snap, and then everyone doing their 1/11th of the job.
Sean, it seems like Evan's been the focal point of this offense, or a focal point of this offense the past 2 weeks. What has he done lately compared to what you needed to see from him earlier in the season that showed you he's ready for that workload?
Well, it's just another step, really, for Devin. When you saw the increased workload, it's another young player developing. We've got a number of first and second year players out there playing big roles for us, and those guys are led by veteran leaders, so that's a good thing. And it's also a good thing when you've got young guys contributing in major positions in major quantities, because it bodes well for the future.
Sean, you pointed to culture as a reason you believe Pittsburgh's been able to navigate some up and down things, especially at the quarterback position. To you, how does culture translate to performance on the football field?
I just, overall, it's a start, right? It's a foundation, and it's part of to me, the ingredients that help build the chemistry, and I'm a big believer in team chemistry as it relates to success on and off the field, but on the field in this case in particular. So, culture, it's one thing to have team, it's another thing to have culture. When you've got both of those things, I think you've got a formula. Now you've got to have the strategy, you've got to have the acumen and the tactical strategy, but I'm a big believer in the culture. So that's one piece of it. It's not everything, but it's a piece.
How closer do you think this team has come to your vision of having an expectation to win? Something that maybe needed to be developed. How much closer do you think that team is right now, 15 weeks into the season?
Yeah, I think it's, I think we've moved that needle drastically since we've got here, in the entire building. It's been a long time since this organization's been in a position like this late in the season, and we don't take it lightly.
I asked Leslie on Monday about Tremaine, how physical he played Sunday. He agreed.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that, and why do you think he was able to step up his game a little more physically?
Yeah, just again, another young player. I know I sound like a broken record, but these are young guys that they grow. I'm sure like you in your job, you're probably better in the second year and the third year than you were in the first, I hope. I hope I am too, right? So just there's no substitute for on-the-job training, for on-the-job experience. And if you're worth your weight, you learn through those ups and downs. And, hey, you continue to see the picture of what it needs to look like. And then we continue to reinforce that as well. So he's done a really good job.
Don't you mention that some adjustments have to be made coming off of last week's game for your receiving core?
Yeah.
Would handling a physical style of play from the opposing secondary be one of those?
It would. It would. One of a handful of things for sure. We just have to continually adjust. All right. And that's what we do. That's what we do as coaches. That's what our players embrace. That's the growth mindset. And you come out of every game saying, okay, what are the things that showed up that caused us to get the result we got? Again, whether it was positive or negative, and so you have to continually adjust and grow and evolve. I don't know how many other ways I can say that, but that's part of the process here.
John, you're 5-1 on the road, I think. Is that, are you most proud of that key statistic, and how tough is the place you're going to play at?
Yeah, it's tough to win on the road. It's tough to win in the NFL week to week. It's tough to win on the road. Our team has done that. It hasn't come easy. They've earned it, honestly, during the week. That's where most games are, or at least you're giving yourself a chance by the way you prepare, and we've got to do that this week.
You guys get flexed into the national spotlight situation, NBC, Sunday night game. You got some experience with that. The team does. Obviously, Thanksgiving, they kind of thrived in that scenario. What's the mindset in there, and what does it mean to them internally to have this opportunity?
Yeah, I think it's, sorry to cut you off. I think it's, look, they focus, it's a game. At the end of the day, it's a game. And in terms of when we play, it's an opportunity for the players, for sure. And I think it goes back to the mindset, the change of the mindset and the transformation of the mindset. It's been a long time coming. The guys have worked hard for it. And so, but at the same time, we've got to go out and execute and do the things that are necessary to win a game, whether you play at 8 o'clock at night or you play at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. What it takes to win is typically about the same.
You mentioned that it's been a while since, this organization has been in this position this late in the season, and you don't take it lightly. How do you kind of strike the balance of recognizing and not taking it lightly, but also not letting past failures that have nothing to do with you guys kind of creep into the mindset?
Yeah, Matt, you said it. Those past failures, not many of us were here. We certainly respect the past, but our eyes are set on the future.